Guys, okay, so we are back with another video, and this time I have with me the new Google Chromecast. Got this on a Black Friday deal, and quite excited actually because I bought a new TV on Black Friday as well too, which hopefully that video will come out soon as well too, so you'll get to see that. But the new TV, even though it's smart, it's kind of not that smart. You ever like meet somebody and you thought they were smart, but then they end up not really being smart? Well, that TV was kind of like that. So the TV has like things like Netflix and YouTube, but it doesn't have Android. It doesn't allow you to install additional apps and so forth. So unfortunately, I ended up in a situation where the TV is fair enough for, you know, that basic smart, so to speak, but it doesn't do a lot of the features that I want, which is to be able to, of course, project and so forth. It actually does have a Miracast compatibility app, but other than that, it really doesn't have enough features for me. And so I decided I would actually get the Chromecast, because I also heard that the Chromecast has this feature called CEC, which essentially allows the Chromecast to be able to power on the TV if you have a compatible TV. So you have to have a TV that supports the HDMI CEC feature, and basically you could tell the Chromecast itself to power on the TV, and the TV will come on. That's not really tested, but that's what they say it does, right? Okay, so we're gonna unbox this thing, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're back, and we have here our nicely, I have to say, very superbly packaged Chromecast. And so I'll probably just go through very quickly this new boxing, because I can't remember ever receiving it in such a nice, beautiful box. And also, I am nearly certain I'm correct about this, but this has to be a new box, and I'll explain why. But as you see, as we can see, it says Google Chromecast. It doesn't say what version, generation. There are actually different generations, but it doesn't really say anything here. And they list a few apps here, which apparently, you know, they like to advertise, and maybe they are affiliated and so forth. So you have YouTube, Spotify, Google Play. I have no idea what the P button is. CBS, Sling, Netflix, Hulu. I have no idea. HBO Now, Facebook, Google Photos, and Showtime. Plus, they say 200 plus Android and iPhone apps, which they aren't really lying about that. But just remember that this does not actually have the app on it, technically speaking. Well, actually, it may do that now, but I'm not too certain about that, because actually it's the Android device. You need an Android device to really get the best out of this thing. So that's the front. One side here, we have some nice graphics. I like the color. I like the idea that they actually have some color on these boxes. It does show how to connect it in a very small image here. You see how to connect it to the TV. You just connect it to the back. It says use your phone as your remote. So basically, well, you have to, because you really, as I say, you cannot really use the Chromecast other than on a PC. You can't really use it without a third-party device like an Android or Windows PC or anything like that. So it says use your phone as your remote, open a compatible streaming app, find what you want to watch, and tap the cast button. And of course, we know what the cast button is. If you don't know, I probably can't actually show you guys that without the reflection, but that's the cast button there, right? You should know that. That's standard. And it says, or you just use your voice to control your TV with Google Home. Yeah, that would be smart, Google. Except Google, how exactly do you know which movies to choose on Netflix, especially when you don't have a summary screen for people? So even though I try to control the Google, even though I try to like actually be able to display some movies in order to choose the movies, I cannot do that yet. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think I could say that. It's ridiculous, guys. Netflix, what are you doing? Build an app, do something so that I can actually use Google Home and say, show me some movies, and it will appear on the screen and I can scroll through it. Just like, I mean, come on, how ridiculous. Okay, anyways, moving back down. That's my rant for today. Okay. Back to this thing, right? So we're back here, and it says, you say, right, good, ridiculous, but it says Google Home Mini sold separately, even though there's an image of the Google Home Mini. Okay, people, all right, not people, Google. Okay, you're just basically seeing it, and then this is a beautiful blue screen which says, all together now, show movies, YouTube, live TV, Where? When? So far, I haven't been able to really do live TV. But anyways, photos all on the big screen from all your family devices. Anyone at home can cast to it. Basically, that's true because you have to connect this to your Wi-Fi, and anybody on your Wi-Fi is pretty much able to cast it. Enjoy cable-free live TV with YouTube TV. Watch live and local sports news. I have never heard about YouTube TV, so that's something new that we may have to check out. It says share your photos and whatever you like by on your TV using screen mirroring. Yes, we know that it doesn't work very good. I'm very disappointed kind of with that, but hopefully maybe this one will make up it. With Google Home, just say what you want to watch to start streaming with compatible apps. Yeah, but how you'll know what you want to watch? That's the whole point. I mean, for Google, shame on you, Google, for that one. But anyways, it says here on this side, 1080p HD support. It plugs into the HDMI of the TV. Simple setup with Google Home app. Stream from thousands of Android and iPhone phones and mirror the Android screen. So it says kind of what it says. It said on this side here, on this side here. And on the underneath it has some like serial numbers and so forth. And what it says here, what it includes is it says it includes the Chromecast, the power cable, and a power adapter. And that's nice. It's nice that you actually have a power adapter. You get a brick, hopefully, with it, right? Because price-wise, I mean, price-wise, if you didn't get this on a deal, I don't know. I personally think it's a bit expensive when it's not on a deal. So let's go. Nice hanging. You could hang it up. If you're going to sell it, you could hang it up. But we're not going to sell it. So let's get to opening it, guys. And so we'll start by... I see that here has a little hole. And so I'm going to open this thing up. And that should do the trick. There's no way to burst this thing nicely. It would have been nice because I'd get to actually keep the plastic. Maybe I could actually do that. You know me. I always like these OCD stuff. Even though I'm not OCD, okay guys? But if it would be nice if I could get it to open without having to actually open the whole thing. Okay, one side, the other side, hopefully we could get it open. Nice, sweet. And if I could pop it open like that, okay, nice, cool. So, oh no, in either way, you can't actually open this without pulling out the entire plastic. It's just not feasible. So, you're gonna take out the plastic there. Yeah, there's some plastic. I thought Google might have go green, but okay. And let's get to opening it. Okay, so definitely a little bit of a different design. Okay, it isn't really set down in any way. You know, it's actually just sitting there. It isn't gripped on by anything, and there you have it. Feels fairly heavy, not very heavy. This used to be magnetic. It doesn't seem to be magnetic anymore. And then of course there's just this little power button. I guess that's the reset button. And then there's a little LED light here on it. And why do we have this? Oh right, this is the power button. Okay, sorry, the power charger, which is supposed to be micro SD. So we're gonna get underneath here, and this is where the magic happens. Just kidding. Right, so we have the package, nice. This is actually cardboard, and they put the charging cable, or the power cable, whichever one you want to call it, because it doesn't really have a charger. And this is like actually a rubber band sort of feeling, rubber grip thing here that they have here. Nice, right? And oh, it's a lot. Oh, nice, sweet. It's a lot longer than before. It seems to be longer. It seems to be as long as the Google Home one, which is great because we really needed a cable that's long enough to be. Remember, you want to plug this. You want to plug this into like an outlet to the back of the TV, and sometimes that isn't always as close as you would think it is. So that's good. And then we get what seems to be the standard charger. It doesn't seem that it has changed at all. The only thing it looks is as if it's a bit dusty. It's dusty, and I like when things come out brand new, but you know, I guess that's not a problem. And I'm gonna look at the model here. It says I want to see actually the power rating. Okay, so it says yes, 1.0 amps. So we know that this guy runs, you know, pretty well on 1.0 amps. And that's pretty much all that's in it. It says, let's get started. Why I say that this is the new packaging is because it actually has the shape of the home icon. It has the new home icon on it. So that's what I'm saying. This is literally brand new. It just says be safe and so forth. Guide, warranty, health and safety to avoid damaging the device. Be sure the adapter is in a well ventilated area using damaged cables or power cord. Moisture is present, could cause fire. That's not cool, but limited hardware warranty and all that stuff, man. So it's basically just you know, they're basically saying that the thing could be unsafe. All right, plug in the power cable into Chromecast. Plug your Chromecast into the TV's HDMI port. Plug the power adapter into the wall outlet. Switch TV input to HDMI and set it up with Google Home. So let's get to going with that. So before we begin, obviously we're going to take the brick and we're going to plug in the USB cable into it, because we definitely have to do that before we could actually get this to go. Now, some TVs actually come with their own USB, so you don't actually need the brick, and that's a good idea as well. So we'll see how it goes. I would suggest in this case we plug in with the brick, because we don't know if the TV will be able to work with the CEC without using the external power. So we'll go with that and see how it goes. Okay, so we are going to where the TV is, and we're going to have a look at where are we going to have a look. We're going to have a look at the ports, right? So obviously you're going to have ports at the back. We see some saying USB 2.0, and they're actually powered ports. So I have no idea if we could actually plug this in, but we will. USB 2.0 there. And then, yeah, okay, so we have powered ports there, but the question is whether those powered ports actually stay on when the TV is off, and I have a feeling it isn't. So other than that, we also have some ports behind here, which you're not going to be able to see, unfortunately. Just now, let me see if I can angle this thing up. Ooh, so cool to have an Osmo. So right underneath there should have all our our HDMI ports. Alright, so I want to show you guys, I'm powering on the TV. You can see it there, and obviously we have to choose like something like input, right? Alright, so we want to make sure I plugged it into HDMI 1. Now I want to show you something, because I didn't really actually plug it in, and now we're going to plug it in for the first time. Let's see what happens when we plug in the cast for the first time. There we go. And let's see if it boots up. Yay, Chromecast. You can see that bottom there. It's gonna boot up, and oh nice, it boots up differently. It actually has different color, which I don't know if you could actually see the color, but it has colors right now. And first time boot is going to take a little while. You see it says get the app and run the setup. So download the app on the open your phone to begin setup. Cool, and that's where you basically begin setting up your Chromecast. Hi guys, okay, so I have very limited battery power, but let's get into it right away. We're going to run home to set up the Google Chromecast. And so we click on home. It's going to take a few seconds loading up whatever devices are in my current home as well. And we're going to click on add. And we're going to set up a device and set up a new device in home. And we choose our own home here. And it's now going to say looking for devices, and it should pick up the Chromecast. And let's see if it does so. And yes, it does, right? So Chromecast 5226, we click next. It says connected to the Chromecast. And it says connected. The screen actually shows that it's connected as well. your tablet may disconnect, so it's configuring while it configures the Wi-Fi. And yes, it does actually show up that value on the screen. I don't really want to help at this point in time. Proceed. It asks me which room. I'm setting it up in our living room, and I'm setting it up. The unique name will be living room. I want it to be, well, I guess I'll have to name it living room too. Okay. Yep. And that's it. So we just choose our Wi-Fi network. It pretty much will connect to the Wi-Fi network. And that's pretty much it, guys. So not really hard, right? All the hard work is done by Google and themselves to get this thing to work. I am amazed by how they do it, but they do it very interestingly. Your Chromecast uses a personal account to personalize your experience. And it's probably going to ask me if to link to my Gmail account. So we'll see if it can do that. In the meantime, it says, oh wow, okay, all done. Lovely. And it's going through the update of, it's actually updating right now. So far 12% is on the screen, but basically that's it, guys. So that's how you get your Chromecast running, set up very quickly. Took less than a minute or two. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys again soon. Bye.